So let me stick that back on over. And let's bring out the baby. So just for functionality, so people understand, this is a spreader bar, our BK spreader bar.
There you go.
It is adjustable. So you can press the button down to adjust the height or the separation of the spread on both sides. Okay. By just kind of, snapping that. When you're ready to store it, you take it out of each side to kind of get it compactly down. And there's a carrying case that it goes in to store it. So just showing you that so that you understand how it functions and what it contains. In addition to the ends where you see
that one's strong.
These connection clamps.
That's a strong. I ordered mine from Amazon and she ripped that thing apart. That one right there, she would have trouble with.
I ain't gonna hold you. She would have been Nah, it's definitely.
Yeah, I would say it definitely has some serious weight to it.
Nah, it's got something to it, but when you physically carry it, it won't feel heavy. But it's the material of it is gonna be strong. You've obviously got your center handle. You can use that to hook it onto a
good balance to it too.
Yeah. So I love that, with this you can hook it to the, if you have an attachment in the ceiling
suspension
or whatever, and have the arms pinned up, obviously use it on it. So I'm going to pass this to you though.
Absolutely.
And I want to know if you had someone on your table or bench or wherever, because, we kink everywhere. How would you make use of the spreader?
So I think the first and most obvious way would just be, a neck cuff and 2 handcuffs behind the back. So over the back like this, neck around the back, then hands like this, where you're kind of locked in, right? Nice, easy style. So, you still have range of motion. Because with my scenes, I always say, I'd rather do too little and talk about it for the next time to do more than do too much and then have a weird conversation afterwards, right? So like, I'm always lean to the side of less is more first and foremost, right?
So I can tell that mean that. Let me just say this, and not to be shady to anybody, but I see a lot of people do the exact opposite because more is often visually more exciting.
Oh yeah.
And the stuff that's less doesn't always have that same that execution that's like exciting. But I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's about the people in the scene. It's not really about who's watching, But yeah. So another good way to do it is the ankles, right against the ankles, on the back, leg straight up, ankles like that, and you get that control. So you can push the legs backwards a little bit and, get that angle, change it up a little bit. I can also see some really good sensation work. If I were to take this guy
take this
out,
apart.
Exactly. And I would start to scratch you a little bit with that. You know what I'm saying? I can, and people, it depends if you like canes or not, but you can get a little bit of that cane work in there too.
Yeah.
I can definitely see some good stuff in there as well.
So I want to give you something to add to it. As you mentioned, the arms being tied up. So these are our Dark Desires wrist restraints. And I've obviously got one folded, but there is a safety built in, so they are beginner friendly.
Love
that if a person didn't want to be restrained, they could get out. Because restraint is supposed to be something that you're consenting to. So, a lot of times when I show people that's really helpful. But the inside of them, and that's what I really want to, let me give you one while I'm holding this one and talking about it, so you can feel it as well. The inside of it has, you feel that?
Soft, yeah.
Okay, so it's a very velvety.
Oh, I love this.
Look at the texture. You see that? It's a very velvety soft. So why I like this is because a lot of people who are into these things, they live regular lives, and other cuffs can leave bruising. And if you're a person who likes that feeling of the restraint and you like to be cuffed, but you don't love the fact that you might get bruised in the process, that could be a huge thing for you. So I love the fact that these are going to hold you there. But do you want me to help you?
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay. I love when they give me consent. That was the one you was tying. Let me give you
I
that
was
one.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I got some of the oil on that one. I got to wipe off. Okay. So you're strapping it on. We're coming through this handle. So it's also not like any keys or anything you got to worry about. And
Ooh, yeah.
I can give you a good firm spot, or I can give you a little bit of room. And, you know, both are going to still
Yeah,
give.
they feel comfortable.
They're extremely comfortable. And no matter what's happening, I can maneuver you,
absolutely.
and you're going to be comfortable, but you're going to feel my control. So I do love that.
Absolutely. I love that.
Now, but we made our products the way we made them because the goal is to, you know, kink tools can get
And
expensive.
they match my big brass
They
too.
do. They
Listen.
do. You know, kink tools get expensive. Well, that's what nobody want to talk about. Okay.
Yeah,
This
they
is
do.
not a lifestyle that you can be skimpy
do.
on, because when you skimp on the product, it absolutely will affect. Exactly. So these are designed to clip right onto there. So if a person wanted to have the cuffs and then later on upgrade and add a spreader, all of the products will cohesively work with each other. They can also attach right to our 4-corner bed restraint. So if you wanted to then keep the
go.
same. Yeah. So what I love about that is you don't have to constantly change the tool or thing that's on them, because I could literally get unsnapped from this and snapped into the bed or, you know, immediately. So that's how you would put the two on there. We also have ankle restraints, which are a little bit wider. So the width of the ankle collar is wider, and it's also longer to accommodate the circumference of the ankle versus the wrist. But love these. This collection, and I don't have it with me, but I've shown it before, so we can make sure we plug in imagery. But our collar, we also have a collar that will come like this, and then from the collar center has detachable nipple clamps that are adjustable.
Oh, that's a game changer.
And the nipple clamps, in addition to that, maybe I can show you while I'm here, right? But the nipple clamps, in addition to that, have first a rubber end on it that can be removed if you just want this direct metal. But if a person wants the rubber, and then you can adjust the tightness.
Yeah.
In and out of them, baby.
Fantastic. I love
Baby,
that.
I'm gonna show you what they kind of look like, so that you can kind of get a visual of it while I'm speaking through.
Yeah.
And then the set also comes with like I said, it's a lot of different things. So that set is also going to have the eye mask.
Yeah.
The eye mask also has the same material, the same design on the outside. So you can kind of get the whole look or
Yeah,
whatever. What
absolutely.
I've worn the choker.
Listen,
Just like outside on a regular day. So
and I do a good amount of breast flogging too, and it's one of those things where if you can get some good nipple clamps, especially they are attached, and I don't have to worry about dropping them, you know, knocking them off, and then have to pick them back
That
up. And
right
all that
there.
Sort of stuff. So I can, you know, hit it just enough to knock it off, but I don't have to, you know,
to go and pick it up off the floor
Exactly.
somewhere.
That's
It literally will stay on the neck.
that's
I
a
have
game
it.
changer.
Actually, I'm wearing it in this clip.
I love that.
So that's what it looks like there. I'll make sure we insert video for you guys viewing.
I love that.
But yeah, it has that kind of on it. And I have taken the two clamps off, and I have worn it just as a choker, like a regular collar with like, you know, going out or whatever the case is. So I definitely,
These are fire. Like,
we try. Well,
shoot.
I wasn't going to bring you here and tease you with a bunch of stuff before I go to the next product and not treat you with love or care as a
thank
result
you.
of that. So what I'm going to do is equally hand you this,
Okay.
which you can read on the other side. If you flip it over, it'll tell you exactly what that is.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Bedroom Candy by Candy Burrs, Bonds of Desire.
Which are those wrist restraints right there.
Okay.
So
I can just rip it
you
open?
can rip it open. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Hell yeah.
That's the case that we put all of our products like this in these satin bags. So when you're packing your things to travel
goodness.
with, it has a nice protective pouch that you can put them into.
This is beautiful. Oh, wow.
So now you have your own set.
Oh, wow.
And-
I was
yep.
just jealous.
And I'm
Wow.
also gifting you
Whoa.
a spreader bar.
Yo. The game has changed. Y'all, the game has changed. Let me tell you right now.
And that one has the more suede carry bag. We try to make
Wow.
sure it's TSA friendly, y'all.
Yeah, listen. I've had some interesting TSA experiences.
I have had some interesting TSA experiences. What I will tell you is that I have traveled with each of these items in my carry-on, and have never had an issue.
Oh, okay.
So
thank you so much.
No problem.
I love this.
And honestly, they're really easy to those, since it's just general metal, to sanitize those is pretty easily as well. I've also just hand washed the restraints, like, because sometimes people sweat or whatever, and I've also just hand washed the wrist restraints and let them dry, air dry. So I'm giving you those.
Thank you. I'm
as a
blown
gift.
away. Thank you.
And welcoming you to the candy side. Now, there is one other tool I want to talk about right here that is an external tool, and I have an internal tool I want to talk about. Now, one of the most common vibration tools that you will see dominants use is a wand. A lot of times I see you guys use another brand that I won't name on this platform, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But they're ugly. They're so ugly on your table. Let me just start there. Also, that I'm tired of seeing that plug. Like,
I was just about to say, then you got to be attached to a wall.
It is nothing worse than that. So ours is obviously cord free. It charges magnetically, which keeps it fully waterproof, because there's nothing that can actually internally use it, so you can use it amongst other things. It is called Mic Drop, right? It's black and gold.
Oh, yeah.
It matches.
Listen.
It's given set. It's given a set.
Amazing.
And so with this one, Mic Drop, I'll show you. Ooh, it's on high. It's on high. It is on high. I want you to feel that vibration. This is a demo one.
Whoa.
Very strong power.
That's a whole arm's vibrating.
The 3 lights tell you what it's on, right? So as you toggle through the settings, this is setting number 4, because when it starts to blinking, setting number 3, they're different patterns.
Oh, that's smart.
7, 6.
Because a lot of times you don't know what
where you're
on. Yeah.
And then the 3 blinking lights is the take her life and end it, because it goes through so many. This vibration changes, like, I can't even begin to tell you how many times you're going to feel it shift. Because you'll think you're getting used to it, and then you heard how it just kind of starts shifting, and it'll just listen.
Yeah, you got flashbacks, huh?
Yep. Eye ears. This is his favorite weapon of choice.
I can imagine.
But so, and then 1, 2, and 3. What you also have on it, so I'm gonna put it on like 2, for example. What you also have is memory setting.
Oh, wow.
What that means is, if I power it off, all of our lights go away. But when I power it on, it powers back on to the last setting I put it on.
That's smart.
So it picks back up on
That's
2.
Smart.
Because a lot of times when you cut them off, then you got that like cycling through to try to figure out where you're at. So we do the lights so you can see which setting you're on, and we keep it so that when you power it off, it literally powers on to where you left it.
It's like perfect for orgasm denial.
Oh man. Oh man. So I love this also for some of that kneading you were speaking about. When you talked about aftercare, one of my favorite tools, this is great for the hips. So if you are dealing with someone who's got some tight hips, vibration is one of the easiest ways to loosen up the hips. So because also being in certain poses, slut position, I think can put a heavy toll on that area. So I want to hand you Mic Drop to live with for a minute, and tell me a little bit about wands and how you bring them into the moment.
Oh, listen, wands can be your best friends. This is exactly what I was talking about with my hands. I have great hands, right? I give massages. You can imagine the other stuff I can do with my hands, right? And it's all good, but at the end of the day, why would I use a hammer when I can use a nail gun? You know what I'm saying? Why would I use a saw when I can use a circular saw, right? Like, it's just, it doesn't take anything away from your manhood, doesn't take anything away from your ability to, she's not going to remember the tools you use, she's going to remember you in relationship
and what
to
she
the
felt
tool.
as a relationship.
That's first things foremost. But one of the things I love to do is when I'm doing a scene impact is have the person use it on themselves while I'm doing the impact, because you feel that reverberation
it vibrates
of the impact through, and I'm going to the beat of the song and you're going to the beat of you at the same time, and it's
I could see
it's a wild time. I've had some I've had to put some tarps down before, so I definitely
I'm definitely one of those ones. If you don't put down a little wee pad,
That's amazing.
you're gonna have a little bit of a mess. You know,
Listen.
also what I will
So
tell you.
smart.
So I like to give y'all game. Y'all know I love to give y'all my pro tips that are also sometimes my hoe tips, right? With this wand, the way I use it in vanilla ways, right? Do you want not? You know, funny. I've used it at parties before to do like games too. And you remember when Jill Scott had that moment where she was like doing it to the mic? That became
how could I not?
yeah. That became a moment at parties where I would have girls have to like use the wand to give their best Jill Scott performance and then reward the winner. But with wands, a lot of you guys, especially those of you guys who really have a hard time with throat gagging, all those types of things. Let me just let you see what my throat sound like. So,
speaker box.
and if I had, so I like to put lube when I'm giving oral sometimes because I like that whole thing to be a squish squash water playland, and so I would put some of the lube.
Oh my God.
Hey yo. Yo. Tonsils out here going crazy.
And if you want to like vary it up, just change it. And those lubes are completely water based and safe and vegan.
And vegan.
These things,
you love it.
These things matter. So yeah, you can use it here as a form of adding sensation to giving oral sex.
Absolutely.
But in addition, it actually soothes your throat, and so some of that discomfort goes away. So that's one way, right? Equally, guys, if you're doing it, you could do the same. Or while you're kind of like playing with the clit, so let's just say this is the clit, but this is like her pubic region, you would go ahead and take that on top of the pubic region, not directly on the clit. See, that's like a build-up thing. Directly on the clit, over the pubic region, but your fingers are going to be vibrating. So you just hold it. Yeah, you can even see. You can see this finger.
You out here giving the forbidden jutsus right now.
What jutsu is that?
Water.
My nine tails Sharingan. Right. Anyway, don't make me pull up my chakras, okay? So what I'm gonna do? This is what maybe I'll call this my water jutsu because it makes her splash. So you would keep it there, and then your fingers will vibrate on her clit, but it will be less of a because intense, sometimes you want to build it up, and if you want to tease, you can kind of just go back and forth. So they'll keep the sensation no matter what, but just kind of moving back and forth. I'm teasing you with it. You want it? You want it? You said you want it. Show me you can take it, good girl. You're a good girl.
That's one of the things.
And you talk them.
Slow is fast, and fast is smooth.
But people don't know anatomy wise that pubic area is actually the external G spot.
Yep.
So we see the reactions, but we don't always understand the anatomy. When you insert your fingers into a vagina like such, what do we say we do with the G-spot? We curve upward. Yep. So now this is the outside of the vagina. I'm going in, pretend that the wand is on the fupa. Once my finger goes in and curves up, where am I at? Right behind the wand. So now if I'm massaging while the wand is on the outside of that same area, the G-spot is pretty much in a bit of a tag team. Okay, now the wand and your finger are basically saying, finish her, right? And that's what's happening. So she's getting a full surround sound system sensation there. While your hand being inside, you can also just keep you don't even have to move your finger. You can just put your thumb on the clit, saving you a lot of work.
I love this.
A lot of work. So your finger's on the clit. Look at my thumb. You see how my thumb is vibrating? I don't have to do shit. Keep your thumb there and literally just this is all the work you're doing. I promise you. Now, if you want to take it up a notch, I'm going to give you this tip that I would not typically give. But this is the Business of Pleasure podcast where I like to give y'all the gems, right? This is where you want to get into birth control, right? Because when you're surging their pleasure like this is where you deny them the ability to breathe. You tell them to take a deep breath in and hold it. And don't let it go until I tell you can.
Yeah.
And I'll count them down 10, 9, 9, 8, and just keep teasing them with it. And when they finally get to 1, they can breathe. But what happens is when a woman holds her breath in, and a guy can feel this technically in his anal area, if you wanted to kind of get a understanding. But when she tightens up and goes, if you notice, even when I did it, everything pulled in. So now I'm clenching my pelvic floor. I'm holding it, and whatever buildup is happening is not going anywhere, right? It's like almost like when you fill up a water balloon and then you hold it. So that's the squirt. That's the fluid just sitting there being held. And that's why I'm making you hold your breath. Don't breathe. Because as soon as she breathes, and I finally give her permission when I could tell you can't take it anymore, and I say breathe, and she, what happens?
That's
the rush.
I'm using that for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I said I was a switch.
I'm using that for sure.
I love
a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do like orgasm denial stuff. So
give me this,
like,
give me the secrets, Master Radiant.
So it would be like, one of these things where like, I'm using a wand, I'm using my fingers, whatever the case may be, maybe on a breast, something like that. And I'm saying, don't come. And your mental is telling you all I want to do is come now that I've said I'm not supposed to. So, and the harder you try to hold off a come, the harder it ends up hitting once it's said. So adding that breath work into it as well.
Oh, yeah, because the throat and the vagina are connected. I teach about this in my class. I have an online pleasure institute that I recently launched. We're only in like our second week of being online.
Okay.
But
shout out. That's dope.
Okay, we doing a little
That's big.
But I launched it on Patreon to be able to teach these things, and one of the biggest parts of my oral class is helping them understand the connection between the throat and the vagina, because understanding that connection also helps them get pleasure from pleasing in that way. But a lot of women don't understand the many ways that can apply. I had this experience at Hedonism.
I still need to get over there.
Yeah, you do. You do. I'm going to give y'all the goods. What was happening was I was outside of the pool, laying across a couple of towels for comfort. And Chris was orally pleasing me, fingers in, mouth on, all that kind of stuff. So outside the hot tub, right? And at the point that he started to surge me, or whatever the case is, Sir Marvelous happened to come over and begin to do asphyxiation play on me at the same time. So that's happening there. And he knows I like to play in that and siphon air and all those types of things too. So, choking me, denying me the breath or air or the opportunity to breathe while...
And right in your ear the whole time too.
And you know what he was, you're powerful, you're beautiful, you're so strong, you deserve this, all of those good affirmative things that feed my praise kink, and I'm looking down and I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you, daddy. Thank you. And it's like,
Sir Daddy.
Sir Daddy, yeah. I didn't know where to focus, right? And so a lot of people would think this is crazy because most men would not be open to another man having that kind of control. But Chris and I are within the BDSM lifestyle, and Sir Marvelous is one of the people who is on the green list, right? Right. And so, but also this was a situation where technically I'm being tag teamed by two guys, but only one of them is actually touching genitals. Only one of them is actually touching like erogenous areas. The other person is just talking to me and choking me, right? But realistically, while he's down there, him choking me wasn't something he would be able to do. So you speak about tools and speak about things. Collars can offer some of that, but this is where like people think about threesomes and all those other kind of experiences and what they are expecting them to look like. And it doesn't always have to look like everybody having sexual interaction. I've never had that kind of interaction with Sir Marvelous, right? Where those types of things are happening. But because he's somebody who I know is studied, who's somebody who I know understands how to choke, where to apply pressure.
Yes. Critical.
It is so dangerous to not learn the zones on the neck because you can literally injure a person choking them. And I think a lot of people who are scared of choking their person, a lot of that is rooted in it. But when you have that education, when you learn about the neck and the throat, you're much more confident.
I will put out just real quick another random tip. If you're not comfortable with choking or the person that you're with is like wants to explore but is like, maybe a little scared, what you can do is you put a hand on the throat right here and just put some pressure. You don't have to be all up in here. You can just put some pressure right here, and it gives the feeling of being choked without actually losing the blood or the breath.
Yep.
And, you know, it's a nice, easy way to kind of like work your way into it.
Yeah,
So
and
it's just-
decompressing, that it's a very compression in that area, which is center. The chest is a very big, vital part of like everything for us. Our lungs is the back there. Our heart is tucked on the back on us, you know. So, and then you know what else I would even add is that me doing that sort of breathing exercise where I make them hold their breath. I'm training you to hold your breath.
No, that's huge.
So that if I'm choking you, you know how long you're capable of holding that breath without air because you've done it outside of a choke. What my choke is doing is literally just allowing you whatever air you, because I had you take in air first. So what I'm basically doing is controlling when you release that air. So you're not deprived of air. The air is already in.
Yeah.
It was already pulled in. As I'm releasing the choke and giving you permission to let go, that's when the air is leaving your body.
Your whole body's relaxed now.
So it trains you in so many ways. I'll tell you this, guys. I definitely have slobbed his knob under the water. And I'm a mermaid.
I was sorry, Ariel. Like,
I am a mermaid. What air? And honestly, doing this type of play, swimming, all that kind of stuff, it's trained me to be able to control my air and not feel like, oh, you're about to die. No, I have air. Right? It's almost like when you're scuba diving in your tank. The oxygen is there. The worry comes when it's running out. Like you're good until you know, like, oh, I only have 5% left. And I gotta imagine as a naval man, that's something you understand pretty well too.
yeah. You gotta know how to hold your breath.
So okay, we're coming to more so the end of the conversation. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, we already covered, which was about bringing a woman to release without penetration, because I also want people to feel like this is something you can explore without the pressure of sex. One of my favorite things about BDSM lifestyle versus swing lifestyle is this, because I do think that swing lifestyle can feel a lot more pressuring to actually participate in sex, where BDSM,
No.
no,
Not at all.
it doesn't have to be that, but it can be. But I wanted to talk about really quick the negotiation piece. I know we touched on it earlier.
Absolutely.
And, you know, negotiating, to some people, they think, oh, setting the boundaries. It's not just about boundaries. It's really that gateway to like the deepest of trust. And one of the things that I try to always help people who are new to remember is one of the simplest ways you can start is traffic light, or while you're doing your negotiation, ask yourself to check all of the check boxes of FRIES, FRIES, which means consent is F, freely given, right? R, reversible, I, informed, E, enthusiastic, and then S, specific. And if you can say that you feel like that conversation or negotiation checked every box, I've given my consent freely. I understand I can take it back, how to take it back, how to dial it back, whether it be through traffic lights, through whatever. How do I control this interaction, right? So that I can be enthusiastic about it, not feeling coerced, not feeling like, come on, try it. Yeah, give it a go. As opposed to, no, I want to try this, right? Enthusiastic is so important. I'm sorry, I skipped informed. Informed meaning literally
know
what
what
it
you're agreeing
sounds
to.
like. You're knowing what you're agreeing to. And I think that's where, and maybe that's why I say the I before the S sometimes, is because informed relies on specific. I can say, hey, are you open to let me flog you? Or I can say, would you be open to let me flog you with this? Right? This instrument is this, it's made of this. This is the handle is. This is how, you know, I'll give you a sample touch. Now I'm being specific about how I want to flog you. Not just asking you to consent because, like you said, stingy, thuddy, all these different floggers have different feelings. You might consent to a thuddy flog, but not stingy. You might, you know, so I use that as a guideline for people to at least feel like if I can say all of these things are true, then 9 times out of 10, we cover the most bases. But when you are, I think negotiating is different when you're negotiating for a scene that might be in an environment where maybe you and that person don't have a long-term relationship or haven't built a dynamic over time, versus when you're vetting and negotiating in a dynamic of that. Do you, as it relates to, first of all, practicing in this lifestyle, are you mostly someone who tends to do scenes with various people, or have you also had a dedicated S type or any of those types of things?
Yeah, I definitely kind of so definitely both. I definitely have dedicated S type that I do scenes with, that I work with often. But one of my favorite things is to do pickup play. And for those who don't know, pickup play is when you're in a situation where you don't know each other, or you haven't had a like previous negotiation or scenes, and you're in the moment negotiating a scene, negotiation aftercare, negotiation scene aftercare. So I love doing pickup play because I want you to know how this is supposed to go, right? Because a lot of times, you know, people will do scenes in the bedroom or in, places where like no one's around. No one knows about this consent. No one knows about what they're supposed to do. And then now you're just getting your ass whooped, and it's just like, I thought that you wanted to get your ass whooped. It's like, yeah, but not like that. And it just kind of turns into one of those things, right? So I definitely do a lot of pickup play. So the way I always start my pickup play is, like I said, explaining the traffic light system, going over what that looks like. Then I show them my tools and let them pick out which ones that I can or can't use. If they're new, I usually will put suggestions. I'll be like, hey, I recommend these ones. But, ultimately you can say no to any of them, and I'll,
and you won't be,
and that'll be the end of that.
Because that would be coercion. And that's what we're saying. Like when it comes to being coerced, what's happening? A person is saying, not just a recommendation. I think you should use this. Or saying, oh, use this one. Come on, just try it.
No.
Like that's where it becomes. And I think because people just don't understand what consent and boundaries look like in their regular lives, the construct of this. I think that people who are actually open themselves up to exploring BDSM come to find out that you start to actually fortify safer relationships than you ever have in the past, because you put all
You're safer in a BDSM club than you are in a regular club.
Every single day. There are monitors. There are people who are going to be making sure that everyone in that room feels okay at all times, whereas in another space, people are getting drunk. They're being wildly oblivious. They don't care. They don't know their limits. And even in relationships, I think the biggest key difference is that BDSM puts the communication at the front, right? Where a lot of times in relationships, people are learning these things as they go, right? And so as opposed to intentionally sitting down and saying, are there any specific traumas or triggers that I should be aware of, right?
I'm doing a class on TIC right now, trauma-informed
kink is a big deal. It's a big deal because most of us have trauma, right? And I'm not just talking about people of color. I mean, in general, we all have some form of it. But at the beginning of this interaction, I'm able to tell you, I don't really respond well to this and that. And I don't have to worry about you getting your feelings about it. Whereas if I was with a person in a relationship, and I'm not using my own relationship as an example, but I'm giving you a picture. How frequently do you feel you can turn to your partner and say, I don't really like when you do that to me, or I don't really want you to do this, without that person, right, getting in their feelings and turning out projecting different things back onto you, or whatever the case is, or I'm feeling insecure, or when you did this thing, it was uncomfortable for me. How many people, there are so many people who lay there and endure, or people who, even men do it. Y'all over there getting slobbed down and hating it, but just
too much teeth, and you're just like smiling.
Thanks, at least she's doing it. No. So I do feel like it eliminates that piece of it, of this discomfort that people have with having the tough talks and 100%. Saying, let's talk all the tough shit out now so we could just feel good later. So I thought about this other piece because, as we close out, we're not too far. As this episode is airing, we'll be pretty relatively close to Men's Health Month and mental health specifically. And I know what exploring my pleasure, like kink mapping my pleasure, has done for me as it relates to body mapping, which is essentially the intentional act of spending time with your body to understand the map to your own pleasure, the map to the things that you enjoy, which, like you said, can change and vary, right? I am curious. With a mental health statistic, they say that 1 in 8 men have or are living with or experience depression, but also less than half of those men will seek help. That's the first thing. And I think about what ends up leading to a man having a mental health crisis, and is usually derivative of some form of oppression or something overwhelming them, right? And the weight of it gets so heavy that his back buckles and he breaks, or, you know, whatever the case is. That being said, how has embracing not just your sensual side, which technically taps into a slight bit of your feminine energy that men have, by the way, y'all have estrogen, just not as much as us, but it's in there. Typically to get in tune, to connect. Most men, when they tap into that side of them, they're more, you use the word over and over, empathetic and able to notice. And I think it's clearly benefited your awareness, right?
Absolutely.
But also, how has embracing your sensual health impacted your mental and emotional health?
Oh, man. I mean, this could be the whole podcast right here. But yeah, I mean, when I got out of the Navy, there was a time, this was right around COVID too, right? So there was a time where I got out, I was, at home working, doing my thing or whatever. And when I was in the Navy, all my homies were also in the Navy, right? So we were all locked in together, doing our thing, whatever, right? So I get out, and when I would a little bit further back, when I would be getting off the boat, I would hang out with my wife and her friends, right? Because I didn't have time to make friends out in town. I only had like a month before I'm about to go back on this boat, right? So I got back, when I was out, she would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out with my friends." I'm like, "Yeah, what are we doing? What are we about to do?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, no, you need to get your own friends." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I got friends." And then I realized all my friends are in Texas, California, Seattle, wherever I was, deployed or stationed or whatever. And I'm like, oh, damn, I don't have any friends, like any local friends. And one of the things about joining the kink community and being able to express myself
the community.
was like, I have friends now.
Yes.
I have people that I can call and
and they
shout out Miss
up.
Violet, shout out to Agnes Playground, shout out to 3 Live Crew. They
show up even more than sometimes the people you've met in other environments. Like I literally got a check-in the other day. Sir Daniel and Slave Sunflower sent me a text. Hey, just checking on you. They saw my live recently, and they are like, when we go through shit, we get on there.
People.
Yes, and we're gonna talk about the things. We're gonna affirm the things. We're gonna create the environment to
shout
release
out Baltimore
the
Playhouse
things.
too, by the way.
Shout out to Baltimore Playhouse. Yes. And they're just, I found that everybody who I have a connection to that is also in this lifestyle are some of the most, like you said, empathetic, truly caring, genuine people I know.
Yep.
They check on me, and it's not like I would just get on a call and they say, "How you doing?" and it's just to move on. It's like, no, how are you?
Yeah, let's sit in this.
Oh my God. Yeah. So you found your tribe.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I'll say this, like, I did not go into the military, but I did go to military school, not Naval, Marine Corps. And hoorah. Devil dogs was good. Don't. That's where I think I learned a lot about my leadership and my dominant energy. I feel like being in the military will teach you structure.
Oh, for sure.
Will teach you leadership. JJ did top button.
How to handle yourself in a crisis. You
know what I'm saying? How to handle it. I actually got disaster relief training in the process. I became certified in psychological first aid as well. So, and the combination of acquiring those skills, I think it was at the time I did my certifications through Red Cross, because that was back when Haiti had an earthquake, way like early 2000s, like 2008, 9-ish. There was a massive earthquake. And around that time, I was helping with the disaster relief, triaging people. So the combination of those skills have increased my responsibility, my awareness, my ability to help treat shocks. You never know where those transferable skills have come over. So now that you've shared with me that you was a naval man, right? I know you was probably toxic as hell during that fleet week.
What?
Y'all know what Fleet Week girls. Y'all know, because that's where a lot of girls done got their one night stands and let them go on out and drift away to sea. Ain't nobody heard about it. That damn Fleet Week is nothing to mess with. But I think that the elements of community is also strong in the military community. My bros from that side are still my brothers till this day.
Yep.
From whatever.
Yep.
What are the transferable skills aside? You share fire and learning fire safety. What other transferable skills came from just like your training, your profession that made you more not just sympathetic, but like made you more skilled as you ventured into testing out some of these things, but also how did those things benefit your marriage, right? Can you speak a little bit about how you are able to tap into that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the Navy, one of the biggest things it taught me was, confidence. Like I was never really like a not confident person, but when your life's on the line, you really get to know yourself. Like you really
Yes.
When your back's against the wall, you find out who you are as an individual. And I've had a good amount of time to learn myself, right? So I think a big part is confidence and communication, right?
Okay.
Because when you join the military, you're not going to just be with your homies that you deal with. This dude across the way from you might be a full-on racist. Might be a full-on, KKK, this, that, and a third. And y'all just got to work together.
And y'all got to work together.
That's that.
You had to learn. That is something no one has ever actually. I've never heard someone bring that perspective. You are literally conditioned in that instance on, first of all, the ultimate professional.
Yeah.
Because most people in that situation would not be able to.
I got some stories.
Until you realize that racist might be the guy who got to save your life.
Literally.
Seriously.
Literally.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've learned I can get along with anybody. Like, we don't got to be friends, but we can get this job done. And at the end of the day, I'm going to save you from, I used to work on the flight deck. So like, one of the most dangerous places you can work in general. So like, I know at the end of the day, whether this person likes me or not, he's not going to let me die, and vice versa. And being able to communicate with people that don't share the same,
ways of thinking, views.
You might not even think that they're a good person by just at their core. But at the end of the day,
and you know what?
Here.
This may be something that is controversial because I think there are a lot of people who would say that most of those people who are bad in those ways are bad, period.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, all kinds of stuff, videos of people not even willing to let someone help save their person because they're a different race. Like, no, you can't be the one to help them. But equally, I find that if you're going to exist in this world without losing your goddamn mind, you do have to find a way to coexist.
Yeah.
That's number one. And you do have to find a way to find some type of silver lining, some positive thing about them, and understanding why they are the way they are. Because those people were too raised, brought up, conditioned of certain things. And I know how difficult unlearning things have been. But I do feel that everybody has something to them that ain't all bad. And I got to imagine being out on the water for long extended periods of time with this person, you start to see the things that other people don't see about this person because of the exterior.
Yeah.
Which makes you very introspective and a deep ability to connect with someone beyond the surface.
Let's go. I'll keep it short, but I had a guy, I'm not going to say his name. He was on my first command. We were in San Diego, literally about to leave on deployment tomorrow. So last day in America, shenanigans. So we're all out at the bar, drinking, having a good old time. And he's drunk as hell talking about, you know what? I used to hate N-words, said the whole word. I used to hate N-words, but y'all are not that bad to me. Talking straight to me. And I'm just like, oh.
Somebody wants to go overboard.
And mind you, we're about to go on a 10-month deployment tomorrow.
Ooh.
If I were to tell the squad what happened, full on race riot. Full on. It's going down. I already know it's going down because I know the people that I'm rolling with, and I know the people that he's rolling with. And this is the moment where we can either have a extremely hostile work environment for the rest of our
next
time,
10 months, nearly a year,
living together and all that, or I can take it for what he meant it as. He meant it as a compliment. He used to, and now he has learned that it's not the same. He used the wrong word, but the sentiment that he was trying to get at ultimately was one of positivity.
I can't imagine how many times y'all had to be like, hold your bearing.
Literally. It's just like the Arthur fist. Just
yes.
like, oof. You know what?
Yeah.
Never use that word again, but I appreciate the sentiment. Like, and at the end of the day, he was trying to be a good person.
He was trying to say something relatable, but his conditioning still made him say the wrong damn thing.
I was like one of the first black persons he's ever met in his whole life.
That sounds like a man trying to tell a woman something. Like when a guy, I'm trying to say the right thing, but you always fuck up. And you're like, oh, okay, honey, I see what you're trying to do there. Yeah. Probably don't call me an emotional the next time, but thank you for acknowledging it. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, I have a lot of appreciation for that perspective, and definitely gave me something to consider that I probably never considered. I think that when you are being forced into positions of uncomfortable circumstances and figuring out how to still push and pass through them, it definitely builds up a resilience, but it also builds up an awareness, and I can see how that has benefited you outside of your experience there. So. Listen, shout out to the armed forces.
Shout out.
For
all y'all doing it still.
Yeah.
Get your benefits. Go to medical.
Get into listen, because it can be very beneficial. We have a consultant in our community. Shout out to Dion Nally Studdard. He comes from the military as well. He was on the side of doing recruitment for a long time. And it's so crazy because you never imagine how those experiences impact you later. I will never forget him on a training call, right? Yes, and by the way, we do have male consultants. Go figure. Men can talk about pleasure and teach too. Yeah. But one of the most impactful times I've had on a training call, I was training the community because I'm one of the master trainers for the company, and I was looking to talk to people and just figure out, like, what's your transferable skills? How can I help you transfer those skills over to what you're doing on this side of the work? And a part of our company, there is a piece of it of growing the community by way of recruitment, right? Bringing in other consultants to kind of do the same so that we can have more people in more places giving more quality, products and information. And I remember saying to him once I found out that he was a recruiter, and I was like, oh, so building a team should come a little easy to you because you already have the skill of bringing people in. I got like this rude awakening when he said to me, it's actually the reason why he doesn't do it. And I said, why? He said, he had to eventually deal with the trauma mentally of knowing that he was recruiting people into what could be the end of life for them. And, so when people bring these perspectives, it really opens up your mind. You just did that for me a second ago, and it makes you realize that, we have a one-way lens of like, oh, that should make this easy for you, as opposed to, no, this actually made this harder for you. And I'm only sharing that and echoing that in response to your story so that people can just have more consideration that their view of things is not the only way. And you're directly going to deny yourself access to the proper pleasure until you come to see that how you think she needs pleasure or how he needs pleasure doesn't mean it's what it is. Y'all have to start communicating. And diving into BDSM will teach you foundation principles on how to have those communications in a way that actually produces a positive and pleasurable outcome, right? Master Radiant, as we close with our Money Making Monday, which is an extremely short segment where we take time to talk about how we're making this money and the business, especially the business of pleasure. And I know that I've seen you do performances. It seems like you also do one-on-one clients. And so can you talk a little bit about how a person could connect with you, where you're based?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what your process is for a person who would like to have an experience with you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm based out of Baltimore. You could follow me on Instagram, master_radiant. You can definitely, you can pretty much hit me up there. I have a website coming out, radiantreverie.com. It's still being worked, but it's coming out soon. But yeah, in terms of what I do obviously a lot of impact play. I do massages. These hands are magic. I do a lot of vocal coaching. I do a lot of orgasm control. I do a lot of fire play. And one thing you can know is when you're going to deal with me, you're going to deal with someone who is extremely consensual, extremely safe, and will focus on your pleasure as something that I not only value, but covet. So if you put your trust in my hands, I can guarantee you that it will be a good choice.
Okay, so he keeps talking about these hands, y'all.
Hey, you gonna get these hands?
He keeps talking about these hands. I'm gonna say this first, and then I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm mentioning them hands again. You guys know at Bedroom Candy, one of our biggest missions and our company mission is to empower, educate, and earn. We are looking to help people empower themselves. We do so through proper education, through proper training, through access to high quality products made with high quality ingredients that you can have a lot of trust in. And that education piece is so important because so much of what we talked about, as you can see, the various types of education that you've acquired over different things have made you strongly skilled at doing things. And it's also shaped your perspective, right, on different things. And I mean, do y'all not want to come without having to be penetrated, ladies? Right? Gentlemen, would you not like the ability to make her come without having to tire your tongue or penetrate her all the time? Like, there's some secrets out there y'all are sleeping on because of closed-mindedness. But our consultants are going to be people who are trained to at least help guide you as to where to start. I like to say at Bedroom Candy, like, our kink collection is very intro friendly. As we recognize that the average customer that we come across is not deeply into the BDSM lifestyle. But we want that person who's curious to be able to get an instrument, a tool that allows them to experience a little bit and decide if they want to take it up a notch or try more. And that's what we exist for. So if you want to learn more about these types of things and you're looking for someone who can potentially help guide you, also consider booking a party with one of our consultants. You go to the website, you plug in your zip code, it'll connect you with someone nearby you who can come, who can bring products and make it a very interactive experience, a touch feel, all those types of things. I 1,000% believe it's important to explore. And just how you guys saw, we may have had Big Mike out. Okay, I had Big Mike out. But believe it or not, I'm going to show you guys two things before we close. This right here is Your Highness. A lot of women don't always love penetrative toys. But I found that toys like this, right, if you want an introduction to penetrative play or you want to do it on your own, you don't have a special someone, this, right, you see that softness at the tip? That's like a penis. Penises have like a little bit of a spongy softness at the coronal ridge and under the frenulum and all in the glands. I'm sorry, I'll be for 2 seconds. And that's exactly how I approach that dick. I'll be all scientific with it. I'll be like the longitude and the latitude of the. Once I got that science down, it's a wrap.
That part.
And he knows that. That's why he ain't going nowhere. But it's deeply curved. And what I like is because it's soft, it's not hard. That's an example of something I would say, you can try to experience internal sensations. But equally, the same way you could go all the way there. I'm going to lean a little further past the massage oil. We didn't even talk about edible massage oils. He said his hands is good. We're going to find out right now. No, Get in Touch is on the less intimidating scale. right? Attaches to the finger. You know, you guys have seen Get in Touch if you've been watching, but this control becomes something that can be used in massage, right? That point kind of coming through is going to have a nice texture and sensation on it. I'm gonna let me see what Master Radiant do with this. I know one of the ways I like to use it. If you're picking up what I'm putting down my throat. That's one of the ways. I know another way I like to use it, but I'm curious with your hands really quick. This has like 20 different settings too, so I'm gonna toggle it. Yeah. Absolutely. But it's pretty strong, right?
Yeah, very,
so it doesn't
very.
have to be using tools that are scary. Learning these things, empowering yourself to educate yourself on these things, get a feel for something that's a little different, maybe some vibration at your fingertips, is what we're all about, right? This is what we do. So, and like I said, quality top tier.
Yeah.
You got that? You feel?
I like that on the thumb.
You like that on the thumb? And see, what makes you appreciate the thumb?
Oh, yeah. So I'm just thinking to myself, if I'm doing like a massage or something like that, I can definitely use one hand and push with one thumb and then kind of come with that
vibration
on the other side.
He dropping pro tips. Okay, he dropping pro tips.
Some slight.
All right, so I got a question I have to ask. I have to, because when I walked in here, I was like, oh, my shoulders hurt so bad. I got to get consent. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm letting y'all. Let's see what he say. I pray. Hey, Daddy. How you doing?
I'm all right.
So I got a question, right?
What's up?
You remember Master Radiant? You met him at Billy's show?
Serpent Mom.
Y'all talked in the garage?
Yep. In the garage, and I was the one doing flogging.
The flogging he did the flogging, and he does
with the holsters and shit.
With the holsters and shit. Yep.
He got the holster on right now. You know what else goes with that holster really well? Tuck it.
Yo.
Tuck it in there right now.
Yo.
Tuck it in there right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a game changer.
I'm calling you. Cause you know my neck had hurted a little bit, right? And apparently, Master Radiant is really good with the shoulders and the hands and the tension. And I just want to know that for demonstration's sake, okay, if I can allow the bedroom candy oil on my shoulders while Master Radiant helps me decompress a little bit, is something that my gracious, amazing king of a man who is so stoic and great and
I think I give a fuck.
Babe, listen, hold on, guys. Pay attention, because I'm trying to smooth them over, and I kept this on air so that all of y'all listeners could hear this part, because it's so important to respect your person, because he is so great and amazing, and he does all these.
This honey. All this honey being wasted. Throw this honey on the floor.
Babe, I'm just trying to get my shoulder rubbed.
Come home and get it rubbed.
Well, you know what? I can't argue with that.
Hey.
What about my hand?
Go ahead, honey. Get your shoulder rubbed. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Wait. If I get it rubbed now, that means I can't get it rubbed when I get home.
Don't be greedy.
Oh, man.
Pick one.
Sophie's choice.
Daddy.
Pick one. Oh, wait a minute. Let's pull a Kasha technique. Oh, you want your shoulders rubbed? I would love to play some games tonight, honey.
Like with me?
That also can happen, but I'd love to play some Marvel vs. Capcom on a Friday night. What do you think, honey?
I'm going out for dinner tonight. Can't you do it while I'm at dinner?
Yeah. Not while you're at dinner.
No, like when I come home, you want to be on me. Like you don't want to be on me.
Smart man.
Honey, let me know what you want to do.
Smart man.
I know your shoulders and your back is hurting. And I'm sure that, you can stand to get that massage.
How long you talking on the game? How long we talking?
Oh, I'm not giving it time.
That's not fair.
I'm off Friday, Saturday.
Where's the equality? I'm leaving this weekend. You don't want to spend time with me? I'm gonna be
that's
away.
Saturday.
Huh?
I'm gonna spend time with you. I spend a lot of time with you.
I'm leaving
What?
on Saturday.
You leaving on Saturday?
Yeah, and then you're gonna be at work.
Oh, you changed your mind? I work. You leaving on Sunday? You mean?
Manipulation.
No, Saturday.
I'm off this Saturday.
I'm leaving Saturday to Atlanta, and I'm returning home on Sunday. But when I return home, you'll be at work, baby, or you'll be going to work.
Okay. All right, so I won't spend all night in the game.
All right, so let's be fair. All right, I get the hands demo so that, for the people, not for me. This isn't about me. It's about the people.
For the people.
And then I come home, right? And before dinner, you could get the shoulders because you said come home and get that. So I don't want you to take that away. Keep that. I get the shoulders. Then I leave for dinner. You get to have wild fun by yourself. You come home. You get to play the game. And then at the end of it all, I get to put these juicy cheeks up against your front side. And, ta-da. Deal?
What time is dinner, honey?
Babe, deal or no deal?
Let's all know what time is dinner. All details matter.
What time am I going to dinner? I haven't decided. Can we just
Yeah.
discuss the timing later and just agree that these are the order of events?
No problem, honey.
Okay, Daddy. Talk to you later. Love you. You stoic, magnificent, radiant king.
Save the honey for when you see me.
You don't want none in the... Bye. Okay.
Hold your tongue with it, because I'm going to need it later.
I think we should hang up now.
Honey.
Bye, babe. And
Coat
that...
your tongue and honey. Whoa.
That was consent laced with a lot of coercion. Okay,
Wow.
Last thing before we go.
Yes.
You said your hands. This is a massage oil. It's actually edible. It's strawberry fragranced. Sorry, I love strawberries. So I just want to see your hand technique. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me take off some of this and let me help. I was going to say, can I help you with that?
I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
And this oil is super, super like,
Viscous.
yeah, you don't need a lot. It's definitely one of those ones. Tahoe, I don't appreciate that you toggled teams a second ago. I heard you in the background manipulation.
That's so much manipulation.
Manipulation.
So much manipulation. That was bad.
Notice, ladies, I did
was
offer the cheeks. You know
And
what
you
I'm
put
saying?
him on the spot too. Ooh.
That is perfect, actually.
Okay, good.
And it's funny because while he's rubbing right there, I actually feel it in my wrist. So there's definitely
realize when
pressure
the
points.
hands, if you get a hand massage, what really you need is a forearm massage that goes into the hands. It's all about the muscles that are connected to the muscles.
Okay. No, because it really is. I feel it deeply down here, like especially by the thumb area is where I feel what he's doing kind of come through. Shout out to the oil that is still oiling with all of this rubbing. It's actually designed to stay pretty oily until you stop
great.
touching it. So
This
the
is
hands
great right
kind of
here.
do it. Oh, we gonna take this footage right here, babe. The way the inside of this arm. I just want to say thank you for being such a great husband, who would be so gracious to allow me to decompress my hand and my forearm the way it's being done right now, because it's great. You know what I'm saying?
All right, wrap this up.
All right.
Okay.
He said 2 seconds.
All right.
Whose side are you on?
Chris,
That's
At least
crazy.
Finish the fingers off just a little bit.
Y'all, did y'all hear them cracks? Come on, Tahoe. You almost let me stop before the cracks. Come on.
I just hope you don't get cracked when you get home.
Okay. I want to get cracked, but just a little. Maybe my
You gotta at
definition.
least finish it up.
My definition of getting cracked
Might not be the same.
might not be the same as the one you're talking about.
This is good.
This is great. Yeah. First
love
of all,
this.
look at my arm. You can see a difference between one and the other. Right?
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Literally, you
right
can see the
here.
difference really well. And with that being said, guys, I would like to say this has been another phenomenal episode. Master Radiant, thank you so much. You dropped
Thank you.
so much gems,
Thank
so
you.
much wisdom, so much everything. And I think that people will benefit from it. We are definitely going to have to drop this in 2 parts, y'all, because I think like by the time we get through the first part of the conversation, y'all gonna be ready to try some stuff. You know, so I want to give you room to get a break and then come back for more.
There you go.
Okay. But Master Radiant has already told you where to find him. We'll make sure that we tag him in all of our posts and our newsletter, all that, so you guys can connect with him. But until next time, I'm your girl Cash, your sexologist bestie, and I wish you a happy Kinktober.